lovely people, and Samantha back here again to tell you about juicing. So I had a lot of success with healing during my 120-day juice cleanse. I finished that one last week, and I'm now eating solids, and it's solid like fruits mainly at the moment. I'm starting my day with a green juice and then going on to soft solid fruits. But I want to talk to you about the juices that I had during the 120 days. So you kind of start to get into your own routine of, juicing. I started my day with a green juice. So in my green juice, I would have celery, cucumber, kale, spinach. I'd have a bit of turmeric, fresh turmeric, a little bit of hot pepper, which is a really small amount for me, and ginger, coriander. I think in America it's Toronto, I think, is in America, and then a small amount of parsley. I just find it very strong. Then lemon. So I take the peel off the lemon. So I just cut the peel off the lemon, and I put that all in the juicer. And then sometimes I would have, if I had fennel, if my market guy would have fennel, I would put in some fennel as well. So that would be how I would start my day. Now this would make 2 quarts, so it would take me most of the morning to drink that. And for me, I've been drinking green juice for years. For about 4 or 5 years, I've been drinking green juice, and I found that it just made me feel so good. When I taste it now, it just feels so good going into my body. I feel that it's healing me. It is clearing out disease, toxins and inflammation, as well as like building up the cells. And I just find it incredible. It does take a bit of getting used to at the beginning, the green juice. So what I would recommend that you would do is you'd start off with, say, celery juice. So just juice, maybe a whole thing of celery juice, 2 of them, and start with that just to get used to having the celery juice. Then build on to that, add the cucumber, add the kale, add the spinach, add all the other bits to it as you go along. You'll find that sometimes you just won't like the taste of some of these things, but as you gradually go on, you can just add small amounts in and you will start to get used to it. And then actually I crave like a green juice really like as if I was addicted to it now. And that, to me, I don't mind. I don't mind if I'm addicted to green juice, bring it on. I'm okay with that. It's better than all the other things that I was eating that were making me really sick. This is actually making me feel really good and really well. And it actually seems to power me more. It gives me more energy, clarity of mind, brain power, the whole lot. And it's helped me like maintain my weight as well over the years. So that has been really beneficial to me. So start off with that. If you finding it difficult, just maybe do it alternative days or something like that. Before you probably, if you've never done green juices, you might actually start to just introduce these into your daily routine over a few weeks, a few months before you go ahead and you do a 120-day juice cleanse, or maybe even you want to just do a 30 or 40-day juice cleanse. Just because if you're not used to like green juice, it does take a little bit of getting used to. And then once you start getting used to it, you can increase it, you can add more of what you like in it. Some people like a whole like red pepper. That's too much for me. I prefer adding a bit more ginger. I prefer the ginger. The ginger is really, really good for the inflammation. I found that it helped with brain fog and things like that. The jalapeno pepper, the hot pepper, is basically, it's for the parasites. The parasites don't particularly like it, so they would exit your body because of that. I'm not quite sure what happens to them, but they don't like the hot pepper. So this is why I just put a little bit in every day, because inside your digestive tract, the parasites of all kinds are all in there, and they feed off what are you eating. They live in the foods or the remnants of anything in there, mucoid plaque that lives in there. It all lives inside of there. So even if you went into colonics or fasting and stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily mean they will come out. So by juice cleansing, you increase the chances of, removing or eliminating all of the mucoid plaque and any food that's left in your digestive tract, which then gives you better health all round. Many people have fixed or cured, I don't know if you can call it cured, but they have sorted out a lot of their health problems by juice cleansing and going on to a raw vegan diet. People do fast. I found when I did do fasting, I could do about 5 days on water, and then I couldn't function. I had no energy to function through my day, and it just was a fail to me. And also I found afterwards that I would put a lot of weight on as well. So far, I have not put anything back on, but I have started now to increase my exercise, because I actually have the energy to do that now that I'm not on the juice cleanse. So I'm adding in kettlebells, just try and bring my muscles back up again. When you are on a juice cleanse, try not to worry about your body maybe losing a little bit of muscle. Well, it doesn't lose the muscle, it just shrinks a little bit, okay? It will pump back up again. It comes back up again. And if you are a muscle builder or anything like that, you know that if you pump the muscles, you're tearing it, you're breaking it, and so that it grows more muscle, and that is basically still there. You just wait until your cleanse is finished, and then you can just pump it back up again. And you can do all of that with fruits and salads, and there's plenty of protein in that. If you wish to add more proteins, there are raw vegan protein supplements out there. I quite like Sun Warrior. I've used Sun Warrior when I was training about 6 years ago. Very successfully built muscle using Sun Warrior. That was very good. So you train, and then as soon as you finish training, you have one of those shake things, and you just add the water, and you just knock it back, because you're putting the energy back into the muscles again. So I had quite a lot of success with the Sun Warrior, but I need to wait at the moment until I can put these things back in my body. So the other juices, so I really like the pineapple in the end. Pineapple became my absolute favorite fruit juice in the end. I still crave it, but I'm not having it at the moment. What I would do with the pineapple is the juicer that I use is an almond juicer, and it successfully juices pineapples. My old juicer just didn't do the trick at all with it. It would just kind of start foaming, and it would just end up everywhere, and really I ended up with no pineapple juice whatsoever from my old one. But when I got the Nama, it handles it really, really well. So I would get 2 quarts, maybe even 3 quarts of pineapple juice. But what I would do with it to just give it variation is, say, one time I would put raspberries with it, another time I'd put plums with it, another time strawberries, passion fruit and pineapple. That is so good. So you can vary it. Blueberries, I did blueberries, blackberries and pineapple. So you're using the acidicness of the actual pineapple and then adding something else to it just to vary the taste of it. And because I knew that I was going long term with this juice cleanse, and that I needed to make sure that I didn't get bored, and so that's what I did. I mixed it up a little bit. And actual fact, sometimes it the simplicity of that, just only having like green juices and the pineapple, I would have orange juice. So I used to love orange juice a lot. And in fact, I sometimes used to have orange juice after I'd had maybe some cooked food, and it would actually kind of flush it out. But I realized that that wasn't really a good way to go, and that I needed to go raw completely. So that is what that was my plan. That's what I intended to do. Right. So some other juices that I tried out. So I tried apple, and sometimes I actually tried apple with pineapple once. So it was quite good. It comes very thick, actually. If you want to do a shorter one, I recommend you just stick with like the sort of very thin juices, rather than like, because when you start adding the apples, it does become thicker in some ways. But if you can get it thin, it's really good. And I actually found that the apple juice and the tomato juice, I'll tell you what, tomato juice in a minute. The apple juice, I mean, I would mix it with things like blackberries or various other things to, change the taste of that. I actually found that it seemed to pull out heavy metals in my body. So when it was exiting my body, I could smell heavy metals coming out of my body. So I was really pleased about that, because I thought that, I pretty much got rid of a lot of the heavy metals. So it goes to show that even deeper into your organs and your cell level and everything, that it's still there and it still needed to be pulled out. So the tomato juice, now I was really craving salads at one point. Now I would, if I, ordinarily I would have like a massive bowl of salad, like, like you get the family size bowls that you put on a table for a whole family. I would have one of them just for myself for a salad, a whole romaine, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, maybe spring onions, or some kind of onion, avocado. I'd make a dressing as well to go on top, full vegan dressing, or like freshly made. And then that would be my evening meal. And to sustain myself, I needed to eat that amount. So I was really really craving salad. So I actually did juice whole salad one day, all the onions and the tomatoes, cucumber, a romaine. I think I even put like something like basil or something in it as well. I just juiced the whole lot and thought, well, if it's juiced, then I've achieved my gold stain, like on a juice cleanse. And then another time I just really fancied just the tomato. I was really craving like, you have tomato, basil kind of, with well, as a raw vegan, we have spiralized courgettes and cucumbers. It's like a spaghetti thing, like a spaghetti Italian kind of dish, really. So I was really craving, it was the basil, I think I was really craving, and the tomato. So I did tomato, basil, a bit of onion, and a garlic clove, I think. And I kind of experimented a couple of times by adding a lot more garlic, just to, because garlic is very good for, it acts as like an antibiotic in your body, but you can't excessively use it neither. So you have to be a bit careful. But I was feeling at that time, my body was, hey, you need some garlic. So this is what I did. Sort of this sort of Italian bolognese kind of juice. It was very nice, actually. And again, that when I exited my body, there was a lot of smell of heavy metals again coming out, which, thank you, it works very, very well. So I think I did that maybe 4 or 5 times. I think it was something that I thought, oh, I'll have that on a Saturday night, as if I was having a special dinner or something like that. So I was like, right, I'll do my tomato and basil and make it sort of Italian juice on a Saturday night, which was really enjoyable. So that was another one. What else did we do? Oh yes, watermelon and lime. So I tended to do that a lot more earlier on in the day because watermelon is a lot more thinner. It's very watery. But I also wanted the acidic in there to help remove anything from my system and knock the mucoid plaque and everything. So I did that. I put the lemon in it as well. So that is so refreshing, and I've really enjoyed having the watermelon and lime. Now, I'd never actually done watermelon juice before, and I always used to think it was kind of a bit pointless because watermelon is made of water and it's hardly any fiber in it. Which when you juice it, there is hardly any fiber in it, but it does taste really nice just to drink it. It was very, very refreshing. So try that one as well. If you're going into doing a juice cleanse, I recommend that you start putting yourself into eating a lot more raw foods for a few weeks, maybe a few months, to get your body used to it. And then at least try to do a juice in the mornings, which will help flush out anything from the day before as well. So you start helping your body to flush the stuff out of your body. Some people they just want to just do it and go for a juice cleanse, and then they will go to raw vegan afterwards, because the whole purpose of doing a juice cleanse is to clear out the junk from the trunk, clear out all the other toxins, any other plaque that's built up in your arteries, and give it some time to heal. And then the idea is to go to raw vegan. Okay, the idea is not to go back to cooked food, to animal products. That's not the idea. The idea is to go raw vegan, because being raw vegan is the healthiest diet that humans can have. You are your baseline, your foundations of your life. You need air, water, food, and then things like shelter, clothing, shelter, and love, and spirituality, work, purpose. Yeah, that's sort of what you're aiming for. But your baseline of your food, your foundation, is really crucial to all those other things. All those things: your love, your careers, your finances, your abundance, your spirituality. It's crucial. Obviously, you need clean water, clean air. Your food is what fuels you and nurtures you through the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. So if you can get your baseline, your foundations like a house, then the rest of it will all be good for you. So that is your ultimate goal if you want to go on this journey. If you've had a lot of health problems, like heart problems, diabetes, weight issues, everything, basically by going on a raw vegan diet, juice cleansing as well, will help you heal a lot of these problems. They may not always heal all of it, but it will give you better quality of life. And I think that is what a lot of us are looking for, is a better quality of life. Now, sometimes you don't always know what is wrong with you, because obviously inside we can't see what's going on. And so by juice cleansing, these things can be cleared up without you even knowing. And then later on you realize, like myself, that I still had plaque in my arteries, and by juice cleansing, that's pretty much cleared it out. I mean, there was stuff phlegm coming up in my lungs and all sorts of stuff. So, and like my tongue cleared. I think I showed that on another video. So, which I think is candida, fungus, that kind of thing. It's all overgrowth of that. So that every time I brush my teeth now, and I give my tongue a brush, I can see that you know, my tongue is nice and clear now, which is always a good sign. It always reminds me of when they used to go to the doctors and they used to say, stick your tongue out, and they used to put like a lollipop stick on it and look at your tongue to see what your tongue was like. And I always wondered why they did that. Maybe they were looking for the fungus overgrowth in your digestive tract. That's I'm very pleased that is all cleared up. So because it does mean that everything all the way through is going to be clear as well. So yeah, and obviously that isn't going to really make you feel good. So yeah, I'm sure it's having a negative effect on your body, physically and psychologically, mentally, spiritually, the whole shebang. So definitely a good idea to clean up your body. Now there's a huge problem with heart disease, cancer. These are the top ones that are a major problem with health and, you know, dying. So those are the ones that, you know, I'm probably going to focus a lot on, because I think that is sort of my age range. I'm 47. So I know a lot of people of my age that have got big tummies, they're having heart problems, heart palpitations, you know, diabetes. So contact me. Let's get you moving into the right direction of healing your body. What I want to say to you as well is, part of this whole raw vegan and doing a juice cleanse, I want you to focus more on the healing first of all. So I want you to make sure that you eat a lot of fruits and salads, and keep the nuts and seeds and avocados to a max of 10%. Don't go any more over than that in your diet. And the, you know, juice cleansing, you need to make sure you have a lot of it to sustain you. So I was drinking 4 to 6 quarts a day of juice. So some days I needed the 6 because I was quite energetic, I was doing a lot. Other days I didn't need as much because I wasn't using as much, I wasn't burning enough energy off. So you have to figure out for yourself what you need. You may be you might be a big bloke. You might need like 8 quarts. Who knows? You might be just a little lady and you just need maybe, I don't know, 2 to 4 quarts. You will just have to figure that out as you go along. But you get hungry, get more juice. Don't go looking for anything solid. Don't try and starve yourself. Get more juice. So if you get hungry, if those hunger pains come and you're tempted to go down that takeaway or into that fridge and get other stuff in there, I suggest you clear your fridges out of anything that is cooked, unless you share with other people. So do a clean out of your house. Clear out cooked foods, tin foods, packet foods, freezer stuff. Maybe you want to eat some of that up first. Clear it out, replace it with like fresh fruit, you know, fruits and salads, and get yourself some nuts and seeds. Make sure they're organic. Your nuts and seeds will need soaking as well, so bear that in mind. You can look that up online, how long they need soaking for. Sometimes you can just take them straight to the blender, but you do need to maintain enough calories. So while you are maintaining the calories and keeping the calorie levels up for being raw vegan and to juice cleanse, then your body can then focus on the healing, the elimination, the clearing out of the toxins. That is what you're doing a juice cleanse for, is to focus on that. Later on, you will find that the weight will start to drop off. Okay, and then you will find that there is a balancing act of obviously the calories that you're putting in, balancing with the exercise that you're doing. So if you're really athletic, you really find yourself like doing marathons or you know, huge amounts of weight training, you will need a lot more food and a lot more juices. Bearing in mind, if you are doing a juice cleanse, you might have to, you know, bring down some of your levels of high impact. But maintain it by maybe swimming or jogging or, you know, biking, that kind of stuff, just to help with eliminating the toxins out of your body. If you are somebody who's, you know, maybe has a disability, you can't actually do a lot, just keeping, you know, making sure you keep enough that you stay out of the hunger zone, so that you are satiated. So you feel like you've had enough, or maybe once you've had a meal and you feel full, just maybe a couple of spoons more, you know, just to make sure that you don't feel hungry later on. If you feel hungry, have more fruit. If you're on a juice cleanse, go get some more juice. If you start to feel a bit weak, go get more juice. So there will be days when you have quite a lot of detox symptoms, you won't feel very well, flu symptoms, and you won't want to make juice. Kick yourself up the backside and go and get that juice. You have to maintain that. And if you have a couple of days where, you know, you end up in bed, keep that juice coming to the toilet, keep the juice going. It's, you know, you're on a mission to heal, and that's what your goal is. So you have to put the blinkers on. All right, you have to put the blinkers on like a horse. You have to stay focused on your goal. You have to stay on your mission. That is what you want to do. You want to heal your body, lose weight, get rid of any of your health problems, build your foundations, and then build from there. Okay, so you need to focus on that. You need to make sure other people do not be negative towards you about what you're doing. So you need to sit down with them and say to them, this is something I need to do for me. I need to do this because maybe I have responsibilities for a family. Maybe I want to improve myself. Maybe I want to change my career. Maybe I'm just sick of being sick. That could be whatever it is that you are motivated for. Write it down. Get yourself a post-it notes. Write it down. Handwrite it down. So autonomously, it will go through into your psyche as well, and write it down on a piece of paper. Stick it up somewhere. Stick it up on a wall. Stick it up on that kitchen door. Stick it up on the bathroom mirror. Wherever it is that you want to read it regularly. And write also in the now time as well. I am focused on my goal of healing. And it's all in now time, not in the future. It's in the now time that you need to do that. That is how you manifest what you want. Okay, so this is your goal, what you really want to do with your life. Because part of having good health means that you can do a whole load of other stuff with your life. When you're sick, you might not be able to work as functionally as much as you like. Your relationships aren't as good. Maybe your finances aren't as good. Perhaps you want to travel, but you can't because you're too unwell. Perhaps, you know, it's actually made you disabled and you can't even leave your house. There was a point when I was so sick that I thought, oh my goodness, they're going to have to put a hole in the wall to get me out, because I had some steroids and I'd put a lot of weight on. I was so scared that that was going to happen to me. So I had to take control of my life, my diet, my mind, my mindset. I had to take control of it, and you have to take control of it. No one else can do it for you. You have to do it for you. Okay, so put the blinkers on, have your goals, put them up on the doors, put them wherever, whatever inspires you to focus on your goals, do it. Okay, anyone says anything to you about it, you sit down and you talk to them about it. You say, this is what I need to do and I need your support. I need you to guide, to support me. I don't need your criticism or you to remind me of anything. When I sit down to eat a meal, it's my decision what I put in my body, not anybody else's. It's my choice. And if you fall off the wagon, get back on that wagon again. You fall off it again, you get back on the wagon again. You just keep getting back on that wagon. If you have got a goal and a mission, you will do what you want to do. Not everybody will achieve that goal because they're not strong enough. Maybe they're just too sick. But somewhere down deep inside, if you really want to do it, you will achieve your goal. If it takes you a couple of months or a couple of years, you will achieve your goal. So find what your goal is and stick to it. Make sure it's realistic to your abilities as well. The other thing about the juice cleansing is that it did cost me a bit more money. So in English sterling, it was costing me more, so 20-30 pounds more a week in my food. So and I would have like about 3 deliveries a week. So I had a guy who has a market, and he would deliver like 2 cases of pineapples to me and some other fresh stuff. And then I'd have another supermarket that would deliver twice a week to me, because the guy at the market doesn't always have what I want as well. So I have a fridge, freezer and a fridge to store it all in. So you have to think about storage of it all too, and making sure you have plenty of it. Always making sure that you have stuff in to juice, or if you're starting on the raw vegan, making sure you have plenty of fruits and vegetables. If you're not sure about new fruits, just maybe buy one of them. Like you've maybe never tried a mango. You think, well, I just buy one, take it home, and you're making sure that it's just slightly soft, so it's ripe. If you don't know if things are ripe, go look it up on YouTube, look it up online, find out how find out things are ripe, and then taste it. Maybe you need a couple of tries to like it. I don't understand why no one would like mangoes, but because I love mangoes. Yes, I got some mangoes to eat downstairs. So you have to find your way with it. Find people to guide you. Also find people to network with. I'm also coaching, so if you wish to contact me, there's an email down below, website. So I'm coaching, so you can have some accountability to me. It will be a safe space, no judgment. If you fall off the wagon, be honest with me. That way we can work through why you fell off the wagon and what you can do to stop yourself falling off the wagon again. All right. It's a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day. I didn't do it in a day. It took me a while to figure it out. So anyway, that's the juice cleansing. Any other questions? Stick it in the comments box below and I'll get back to you. And good blessings to you, and have a good day, and keep fruit coming, and all the healing in the world for us all. Okay, bye.